The Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna is in big trouble after what the former Governor Kakamega County Wycliffe Oparanya did today. Welcome to Kenya Lens Media, where we give you news updates as they break, and kindly, if you are new here, consider subscribing. Now, Western Kenya's political future is taking shape, and a high-level meeting in Naivasha has ended with leaders from the region publicly backing President William Ruto's re-election bid in 2027, sending Senator Edwin Sifuna into panic mode. A section of leaders from Western Kenya has declared support for President William Ruto's re-election campaign in the 2027 general election following a consultative forum held in Naivasha. The meeting brought together influential political figures from Western region under what leaders described as unity and also development agenda for the Mlembe nation. Cooperatives and MSMEs Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya confirmed the outcome of the discussion through a statement shared on his official X account on Sunday, May 2026. According to Oparanya, the leaders met to discuss the future of Western Kenya, the region's political direction, and the strategies aimed at improving economic and also social transformation across counties within the region. The leader said unity among political leaders from Western Kenya remains critical if the region is not, or rather is to secure greater influence in national affairs and accelerate development projects. The Naivasha Forum comes at a time when political activity across the country is steadily increasing ahead of the next general election and across different regions, and the leaders are beginning to consolidate support bases, strengthen alliances, and define political position that could shape the national political landscape over the next 2 years. For Western Kenya, the conversation appears to be centered on two key issues. The first is unity within the region, the second is cooperation with the national government, and in his statement, Oparanya described the forum as an important opportunity for leaders to reflect on shared priorities and also the need for strategic cooperation. He said the leaders agreed that working together could help ensure completion of the ongoing development projects, while also opening opportunities for future investment and also improved service delivery. The leaders also emphasized that closer engagement with the national government would strengthen the region's economic and also political interests. And according to Oparanya, cooperation between the regional leaders and the national administration is necessary for the success of development programs affecting ordinary citizens. And Western Kenya has for years remained one of the Kenya's most politically influential regions, and the area commands a large voting population and has historically played a major role in coalition politics during presidential elections. Because of that influence, political alignment within the region often attracts national attention. The endorsement of President William Ruto by a section of Western Kenya leaders is therefore expected to carry political significance as early preparations for 2027 race continue, while sending the Senator Nairobi Edwin Sifuna, who is also the leader of Linda Mwananchi, into panic. The leaders who attended the Naivasha Forum pointed to development projects under President Ruto's administration as part of the reason behind their support. They cited infrastructure development, economic programs, and also ongoing government projects affecting counties within Western Kenya. And according to the leaders, the region has benefited from cooperation with the current administration and therefore should continue working closely with the national government. The endorsement also signals a shifting political conversation within parts of the Western Kenya, where leaders are increasingly weighing regional interests alongside national political alliances. For President William Ruto, support from sections of Western Kenya could become an important political advantage as the competition for regional voting blocks begin to intensify ahead of the next election cycle. But even as Naivasha meeting projected unity, political tensions within the region continue to emerge. The forum took place only days after Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya raised the claims of an alleged political scheme involving Wycliffe Oparanya. Speaking during an event on Friday, May 22nd, 2026, Natembeya alleged that there were efforts to push Oparanya out of both government and the Orange Democratic Movement Party. And according to Natembeya, the alleged plan was intended to weaken opposition unity and also divide the Western Kenya vote ahead of the 2027 election. The governor claimed that certain political forces wanted Oparanya to leave government and position himself as a separate presidential candidate capable of attracting support from sections of the opposition. And Natembeya argued that such a move could create divisions within ODM and split support within the wider Western Kenya region. The governor further claimed that the ultimate goal of the alleged strategy was to weaken political cohesion in Western Kenya by encouraging the formation of an alternative regional political bloc. Although Oparanya did not directly address Natembeya's remarks in a statement after the Naivasha meeting, the timing of the consultative forum has added a further attention to the political debate surrounding the future of the Western Kenya politics. Observers note that the region remains politically sensitive because of the history of the coalition in influence and also its ability to shape national electoral outcomes. As Kenya moves closer towards the next general election, leaders from different political camps are expected to intensify efforts to secure support across major voting regions, and Western Kenya is likely to remain one of the most contested political battlegrounds. The region's leaders now appear to be balancing multiple political realities, and on one side is the need to maintain regional unity and development cooperation. On the other is the growing pressure of the national political competition as alliances begin to take shape. For ordinary residents in Western Kenya, many of the conversations happening behind political meetings are closely tied to expectations around development, jobs, infrastructure, healthcare, roads, education, and also economic opportunities. Political support in many regions increasingly depend on visible development results rather than political declarations alone, and that reality has forced leaders to place development at the center of their political messaging. And the Naivasha Forum repeatedly emphasized economic transformation, service delivery, and the cooperation with the government institutions. And the leaders at the meeting said that they remain committed to ensuring that ongoing projects benefiting communities in Western Kenya are completed successfully. The discussions also highlighted the importance of presenting a united regional voice in national matters. Historically, divisions among political leaders in the region have at times weakened bargaining power at the national level, and that concern now appears to be shaping the latest calls for unity within the Mlembe nation. And at the same time, political analysts say that the coming months could reveal whether the current cooperation among leaders will hold as 2027 election approaches. Kenya's political environment often changes rapidly as elections draw closer, alliances shift, coalitions emerge, and regional political interests evolve alongside national campaigns. Still, the message from Naivasha was clear that the leaders who attended the meeting wanted to project stability, unity, and support for continued engagement with the President Ruto's administration. For President Ruto, the endorsement represents another important political signal as his allies seek to strengthen support across different parts of the country. For Western Kenya leaders, the meeting served as both a political strategy session and also a statement of regional priorities. And for many Kenyans watching from across the country, the developments in Naivasha may often early glimpse into the alliances, negotiations, and political calculations that could shape the road to 2027. And because long before campaign rallies officially begin, political foundations are often built quietly and inside meetings like the one held in Naivasha this weekend. As the political season slowly gathers momentum, Western Kenya sent an early message about unity, development, and power. Whether that unity endures through the pressures of the 2027 race may become one of the defining political stories in the months ahead. That is all for today from Kenya Lens Media. We will bring you news updates as they break. And kindly, if you're new here, consider subscribing.